Hey everyone, Dubb here. Today we're talking about February's State of Play, and honestly, it was pretty good from what I thought. I've come to sort of expect a certain level of mediocrity when it comes to these showcases. I usually have my hopes up a little bit too high, but over the past couple of years, I feel like I've sort of gotten a better idea of what we're supposed to be getting with these things. I miss the PlayStation experience and the PlayStation showcases because we don't get those anymore for some reason, but that's fine. So we're not going to be going over every single game that they announced or shown like footage of stuff that we've already seen. We're just going to be talking about some of the stuff that I'm interested in. Starting off, we got Monster Hunter Wilds footage. We've already gotten quite a bit of footage for this game. Not complaining whatsoever. I really think that the coverage is good. I'm glad that Capcom is bringing this front and center. I know a lot of people are excited for it, including one of my closest friends. I can't say that I will personally be playing this on launch. I'm not a huge Monster Hunter fan. I did enjoy Worlds, but I think I only beat the vanilla campaign for that one. So I'll probably end up picking this up when it's on sale or if it ever becomes free. But yeah, no, it looks amazing. I'm glad Monster Hunter fans are getting exactly what they want and then some. And I can't wait to see what people think. After that, we have Shinobi Art of Vengeance. So this one kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't really expecting Sega to be coming out with something like this. When I saw the logo, I thought, oh, okay, cool, we're getting that Sonic racing game, because I figured we were going to get coverage here for that. But no, we got a cool Metroidvania looking hack and slash game with an amazing art style, and the animations look stellar. No, this looks great. I'm hoping that we maybe get like a $20 to $30 price tag on this. It's slated for August, but yeah, really excited for that one. After that, we do have Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. So this was the game that I knew was going to be showing up here because people online were talking about it. Personally, I've never been the hugest fan of the Sonic Racing games. I never even played like the Riders games or anything. I did play the earlier racing games, so like the first one with all the Sega characters, and then I played Transformed, which Transformed I have a lot of hours on. I actually really enjoyed that one. I did play Team Sonic Racing. That one came out, gosh, 8 years ago this year, and it was fun. I maybe played like half of it as far as like the story goes. It just, honestly, to me, the team aspect wasn't really a big, I don't know, gameplay mechanic that I really wanted to invest time in. And honestly, the cars felt a little bit slow too compared to the previous games. I don't know if it's just me, but this one here specifically, when we first got that CGI trailer with Shadow and he was going through the portal ring, it was like, oh, this gives us no indication whatsoever what this is going to be. But no, I will say I'm pleasantly surprised with the trailer. I think the gameplay looks a lot faster than what we got from the previous game. And we did see some preview footage that IGN put out. That got put out here today on the 13th. And yeah, just seeing a little bit more of the gameplay. It looks so much faster. The animations look awesome. It's cool we got that little ghost thing from Sonic Adventure 2 showing up for some reason. That thing's terrifying. Yeah, no, so apparently we're supposed to be able to play as different Sonic universe characters. So I guess the Sonic Prime characters are going to show up for some reason, and I don't think any of it's going to be story relevant. I mean, who knows really, but I think overall, from what I was expecting from this, I think this is pretty good. It's not going to be a Mario Kart killer, it never will be, but I think for what they're trying to put out here, and I mean, it's going to be multi-platform, so I mean, we might get a pretty decent racer from Sega, honestly, so I think that's something to look out for. Coming up next, we have WWE. So this one, I'm not necessarily crazy interested in, but I did play most of these games when I was growing up with friends and family. And no, I mean, I love the Hell in a Cell stuff and the Money in the Bank. Like, these games are so much fun when you're just like going toe to toe with your buddies and just like slamming each other. It's great. Don't use that out of context. I guess the only thing noteworthy that I wanted to mention here is they have that cool new like street mode or whatever. They had a name for it, but I'm not going to go back and look at it. So it's basically like the I guess the best example I could use is the new Street Fighter and the new Tekken had sort of that public area you could roam around and like interact and do stuff. So this looks like it's going to be kind of like that. There's going to be activities you could do, and they said little side quests. So I think you're going to be able to sort of advance your career in this open hub area, and then go and do like actual ring performances. So I mean, honestly, as somebody who hasn't really seen much of a upgrade with these games over the past few years, I think this is a necessary step up. I wish that more sports games, I know that some of them have sort of used this concept, but I wish it was just more, I guess, of like what you should be putting into these games, because I know a lot of people that are hardcore about these sports games, and I think something like this is going to keep people invested and make somebody like me consider playing it. All right, next up we have Split Fiction by the It Takes Two devs. This one to me piqued my interest a bit. I unfortunately have not completed any of these developers' games. It's let's see, they're Hazelight. Yeah, I should know that. No, I know A Way Out always looked like a lot of fun, but I never finished it. I saw my buddy start it up, but like that was about it. It Takes Two, I started it up, thought it was, man, this is really great. This is actually pretty fun so far, and then never went back to it. It Takes Two won Game of the Year in 2023. So these people are very talented. You know, they're competent. I think we're going to get something pretty good here. And who knows, maybe it'll be another Game of the Year contender. And this one comes out March 6th of this year, 2025. So awesome that we're getting the reveal and the game coming out so soon. That is crazy. Next up, we have Directive 8020 by Supermassive. These are the guys that worked on Until Dawn and The Quarry and those Dark Pictures games, which this game seems to have the subtitle Dark Pictures. So I don't think this one seems like one of their spin-off story games. You know, I mean, those ones definitely felt lower scale compared to Until Dawn or The Quarry. I think this one is going to be their next big one. And it looks great. The graphics look insane. I mean, the actors seem like they're doing a great job from what they showed us. If we're getting a space horror game with these developers, I mean, until they show me something to not be excited about, they have my interest peaked extremely high. I think this one's going to be probably one of the biggest games that they've made. You know, I mean, if they're really taking a big scale, I mean, it's a group trapped in space. There's a lot of possibilities here. This one is slated for October 2nd of 2025, so I think there's a lot to be excited about. After that, we have Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. Five Nights at Freddy's is a franchise that I just like to peek in on every now and then and sort of see how it's doing. It's cool that they're still getting so many entries. I think the last one, what was that, Security Breach or whatever, that one was fun to watch. I mean, I will say, like, I haven't played any of them except the first one, I don't think, but I've watched Markiplier play like all of them. So if nothing else, this will be fun to watch Markiplier play, but that's about it. Hoping it's good. After that, we have The Midnight Walk. It's being made by Fast Travel Games. No clue who they are. But I will say I have not seen an art style so different and intriguing in a video game in a while. Because yes, it does look like it has that Tim Burton sort of flair to it, and we've seen games take inspiration from that sort of style before, but this one, what they're doing with all of that, and it looks like they're adding their own flair to it. It has that stop motion look to it, which, once again, Tim Burton, but just the way they integrate it into the gameplay, and overall just the scariness of it looks very, very cool. I'm excited for this one. I hope it's really good. That one's coming out in May. Next up, we have Metal Gear Delta. So I believe this one is a remake of Snake Eater, which I never played. Honestly, the only Metal Gear games I've played are 4 and 5, and I never finished them. I think I got really close to beating 4, but never finished it. I mean, it looks good graphically. It looks awesome. The trailers seem to have shown us a clear and concise bit of story there, but knowing Kojima, I'm sure it's going to go everywhere. Unfortunately, Kojima isn't involved with this. We should all know why. If you don't, please look up why Kojima is not with Konami anymore. It's kind of unfortunate. But, I mean, when you see Metal Gear, we haven't gotten a new game in so long. I mean, it's like, I think gamers are owed a Metal Gear game. And unfortunately, if Kojima's not going to be a part of it, I'm glad he's doing other stuff. You know, we got Death Stranding 2 coming out. He has that horror game. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. He has like another game coming out for like the PS6. And he's working on the Death Stranding movie, I think. So, even if he wanted to do Metal Gear, I don't think he has the time for it. I think what we're going to get here is pretty fun, and I'm excited to see what they do with the PlayStation reference stuff, because we got the monkey from Ape Escape, and apparently we're going to get more, according to the trailer, so we'll have to see what that's all about. Next up, we have Days Gone Remastered, another PlayStation Studios game. This is one that I also never finished. I think I got maybe 3/4 of the way through, at least according to one of my buddies I talked to that played it. I think I got that far. I didn't not finish it because I didn't think it was good. It's just, it's hard for me to get soaked up into a game that has a lot going on as far as like things to do, and if the story is long, especially. Not to say it wasn't good. I think Boozer's a really funny character and everything. But I think this is going to be a good reason to hop back into it. It has like that horde mode thing, which honestly at first I thought it meant that we were going to get multiplayer or something, but I guess not. I guess not. It'd be cool if Sony did the Ghost of Tsushima Legends things for most of their first party games, but that's okay. I mean, considering that we're not going to get another Days Gone after the sequel got canceled, I think this is probably as close as we're going to get to any more Days Gone content. I think we're supposed to get a show or something. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I'm glad that we're getting something from Bent. All right, next up we have Tides of Annihilation. This one's coming from Eclipse Glow Games. Again, not familiar with their work. So I put this one here. I'm not typically into like Eastern style games. It really kind of takes a special kind of game for me to get into it. But this one really stood out for me. Like, the graphics look insane, first off. Like, it's just, like, wow. I feel like we haven't gotten a shit ton of next-gen looking games, but I think this one's definitely going to be a showcase. It looks absolutely incredible. Besides that, the story looks like it might be interesting. The gameplay kind of looks like a Souls-like attack and slash kind of. I mean, I feel like we've seen a lot of games like this, but I mean, really, at this point, if that's not what pulls you in, it's going to be sort of the presentation and the story, which I think this game, it really is, it has a lot going for it. It kind of has a Shadow of Colossus sort of look to, like you're climbing up one of these giant, like, I don't even know what I guess Colossus. Yeah, that's what they are. Looks really good. I hope this one does well. It's supposed to be coming out here, I think, in 2026. I don't know if we got a release date for that one, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. Next up from Build a Rocket Boy, which, again, not familiar with their work. I think this is their breakout game, actually. I heard it's one of the ex-Rockstar Games devs, so we'll do with that what you will. But yeah, immediately when I saw the trailer for this one, I thought, hey, that's Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3. And then as it went on a little bit longer, I was like, is it though? Because like he looks kind of like him, but it kind of doesn't. It turns out it is him, so I was right about that. But I guess we're getting an open world game that also kind of looks like a spy thriller slash. I don't really even know what else to compare this to. Maybe The Division. Based off what they showed in the trailer, I can't really get a good idea of what's going to be happening in the story. The open world, as far as like graphically, looks great, but I didn't see like a lot of vehicles on the street or anything, or like pedestrians. So, I mean, it's early footage, so I can't really judge it based off of that. But I don't think this one got a release date either, at least from what I can see here. Oh, summer 2025. So, I mean, again, keep an eye out for it. I am cautiously optimistic. All right, and last but not least, we have Saros. This is Housemarque's new game, slated for 2026. So this one is probably the biggest game for me from the showcase. I'm glad they saved it for last. It was like that big, hey, one more thing that I really wanted. I don't think Returnal did like amazing in sales. It did make a profit. It did like well for like a new IP. But like I think it's pretty niche, especially since it was earlier in the PlayStation 5 life cycle. It looks good. It looks great. I mean, just from like a CGI trailer, right? But I mean, it's Rahul Kohli. I know he's an actor. He's done some Netflix stuff. I know him mostly from Funhouse, the old Funhouse. It, I mean, like when they showed his eye and it had like the twirling returnal like things, it was like, dude, no way. Like we're really doing this. It, with that, all in all, I think this was a decent state of play. I mean, if we're ranking them out of 10 here, I'll give this one a 7, which is good. You know, it had some surprises that I wasn't expecting. Well, that's what a surprise is. Yeah, no, pleasantly surprised, and I would say just pleasantly pleasant from watching this. I hope that we get another state of play sooner than later, but it's, I mean, knowing Sony, they're just kind of keeping us in the dark these days. I mean, their biggest studios don't seem to be showing what they're doing, aside from we got Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch showing off their new stuff. Besides that, off the top of my head, I can't really think of what everyone else is up to. I know Sony Santa Monica with Corley Barlog, the director of the first God of War 2018, is working on something, supposedly a space game. Who knows, everyone? Maybe we're in the space era. The latter half of this generation is going to be space, which I have no complaints. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.